Hey everybody, it is Nir Bashan, host of McGraw-Hill's Coffee Break. I'm so happy to have you here on the show. It's a special one. You guys, I am the author of The Creator Mindset. It's a book somewhere up there, a McGraw-Hill release. I have fellow McGraw-Hill authored Sardek Love and Bruce here, who wrote this book. It is called Presentation Essentials, the tools you need to captivate your audience, deliver your story, and make your message memorable. How cool is this little book? It's like a pocket guide. It's like a little, you just pull it out in a meeting, flip it to this page, and boom, you are totally in. I love it. Welcome to the show, Sardek.
Thank you, Nir. I'm excited to be here with you. And of course, it's always an opportunity to be in celebration when I'm hanging out with my co-author, Ann, over there.
There we go. That's awesome. And welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks, Nir. It's so good to be with you and with Sardek as always. So thanks for having us.
Awesome. I'm very excited. And we're going to start with you. Why is this book so important? And why is it so important, especially right now with everything going on in the world?
Well, everything in life's a presentation, everything. If you go into the diner and order breakfast, the server will tell you the specials of the day and present the best food. And it's important in business, particularly because if you know how to present your ideas with clarity and be compelling, then you make a lot more money. Your income skyrockets. You get opportunities other people don't get. You get promoted. You have better relationships. You have really cool relationships and exciting long-term friendships. And most of all, you feel more confident. That's why.
I love it. Very, very, very important stuff. But then a lot of people say, you know what? Yeah, cool. I'll wing it. What do you say?
Yeah, well, have you noticed that people turn your cameras off or their cameras off when people wing it? Because that's exactly what's happening. Oh, by the way, if you're in person, I can tell you what they're doing. If they're in person with you and you're like winging it, they're not paying attention because they're down here apping it. That's why it's important.
All right, so it is very important to get the fundamentals. This book is again, like I said in the beginning, it's kind of a pocket guide. It's a very cool flip to a page when you're kind of having a problem, and it really helps you engage and be powerful in front of an audience. Storytelling, and it's so important in presentation skills. Will you tell us why storytelling is so important?
Sardek, I'll let you start with that one because you're a master storyteller.
Well, I appreciate Jan. Storytelling, I always like to say, and a lot of people tend to hang up on a lot of information, right? I always like to say that data and information informs, but stories transform. When you tell a story, you can grab and captivate people's attention. And that actually lays the foundation for which transformation and action starts to happen that leads to that transformation. So a huge benefit of telling stories is actually being able to get people inspired to take action, because they won't take that action unless they're inspired. So I don't know. Ann, what do you think?
I agree. And it doesn't matter where you are. I mean, everything's a story. Everything's a presentation. And I think once you turn that on in your head, you watch it, whether you go, to church or you go outside and just run into the mail carrier or whatever. People are always presenting ideas, and usually it's through stories. And stories are riveting because it makes you relatable.
One of the most important parts of presentation skills is that storytelling. There's a great chapter in here about it. Again, my guests today are Annie Bruce and Sardek Love, who wrote a book called Presentation Essentials, the tools you need to captivate your audience, deliver your story, and make your message memorable. Incredibly, incredibly important stuff. Sardek, we'll start with you. How did this book make us more creative?
Well, one of the things that we did with this book, and McGraw-Hill challenged us to do something a little bit different from every other book on presentation skills that's out there. And I'm a researcher, I'm a performance consultant. So part of what I did with Ann is we went out and we looked at what other books were on the market and tried to find something that would make this book unique and allow for that creativity to flow through. And Nir, what we did was we wrote a chapter 8, how to make your presentation unforgettable. Now, what makes that chapter so interesting and allows for creativity is if you think about one-liners from movies, let's say like many people watching this will have seen Austin Powers. And his famous one-liner in that movie is, "Yeah, baby, yeah," right? I'm guessing that almost everybody watching this would have seen a James Bond movie where he introduces himself and says, "My name is Bond, James Bond." What people don't know is both of those one-liners follow the exact same formula. And that formula is in the book. We teach you how to say things in pithy statements and one-liners that make your presentation memorable. And that allows you to be very creative when you create these pithy statements using formulas that, for example, created that most famous one-liner in movie history. "My name is Bond, James Bond."
The one-liners, very, very important stuff. Anything you'd like to add?
I love the creating your signature style, which speaks to your point about creativity. We all have a signature style. I think the big because I'm an author coach, I coach authors and I coach speakers. People get hung up on comparing themselves to other people. Well, gosh, he's much better, she's much better. And we all have a signature style. My style is very different than Sardek's. His style is different than mine. You have to find your signature style, put a fresh coat of paint on that, and get out there and present it. As long as you can be, compelling and articulate, you can't market yourself by mumbling. And that's what I love most about this book. It is just packed with good tips and tools. I think it's the best presentation book out there. And I have hundreds and hundreds of books in my library. And I'm not just saying that because it's our book, but it just drives home the points. And if you don't know your signature style, you're going to get lost. Know what your style is, be confident, present it, and just be your best self.
Signature style, storytelling, and so much more jam-packed into Presentation Essentials, the book. The tools you need to captivate your audience, deliver your story, and make your message memorable. Thank you, Sardek, so much for being on the show.
My pleasure, and it's always fun to watch your coffee breaks, so it's great to be a part of this. Thank you, my man.
Thank you, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.